Welcome back to another video down in the 216 hosted by your boy Will here. Today we're going to be coming at y'all with another interesting topic. So today I really wanted to come out and discuss this quarterback situation. I done came out and made a couple videos about it now. We got Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Cam Moore, Shedeur Sanders, Kenny Pickett. One of those guys that I just mentioned is going to be starting for the Cleveland Browns next year. Who is it going to be? Who's most likely? And what's the elephant in the room reading? What is the team's leading going up until this point? So, sitting back and talking about it, up until this point, this Cleveland Browns team, we really ain't know what they were going to do going into this off season. We had kind of Myles Garrett distracting us from everything. Nobody really knew what was going to take place and transpire with Miles. With that kind of distracted us from paying attention to what the freak the team has done. This team has reconstructed and made some money for some other players. They brought in some key guys, some former first round picks. Um, a linebacker here and there, but the Browns haven't really made a big splash move. The biggest thing they've done is keep Myles Garrett, but it wasn't really like a negative more than a positive. Speaking about the Myles Garrett situation, since we haven't really talked about it, really interesting. Now looking at it, I think this does tie in with this video because I feel like if you really look at the way Myles Garrett has been talking about everything and reading the team leads and paying attention to what's going on, I think it's kind of coming along together. What I don't understand is why did Miles go from saying we're not ready to compete for championships to we are ready to compete? What did Miles Garrett see? Who did he talk to? What convinced him? What changed? That led to this because it hasn't been a move that the Browns will make. That would suggest it. If you read the leads now, just keeping up to the point as of March 16th at midnight. We got Myles Garrett re-signed with the Browns already. We came in and had a interview with Russell Wilson. So with that was pretty much like a hey, this is what we're trying to do here. Um, this is why we think you would be a good fit. It really wasn't like a contract. It was like a getting to know each other. So I think it's much more likely that the Giants draft Russell Wilson, not draft, sign Russell Wilson. I think Aaron Rodgers probably goes to the Vikings. And that leaves the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns here looking for a quarterback. So I think it's going to be more likely that the Vikings either get, Aaron Rodgers or rock out with J.J. McCarthy. I will probably rock out with J.J. McCarthy. He'll bring Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Browns will be left quarterbackless. But that's not including Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is the guy that's to pay attention and look at for the Cleveland Browns. He's the one that they're going to be trying to get and make a move for. I do think we are capable of getting Kirk Cousins, but with the Browns even getting Kirk Cousins pre Achilles tear, pre having the worst 9-game stretch of his career, got drafted and they went and took Michael Penix with the 8th pick in the draft. So I don't think drafting or not. I don't know why I keep saying draft. I don't think bringing in Kirk Cousins. Long story short, it's gonna make a big difference as far as what you do. I think if you kind of reading the team leads now, the Browns didn't make a big move for Daniel Jones. They didn't make a big move for Sam Darnold. They didn't make a big move for Geno Smith. The list goes on and on. The Browns haven't made a big move. They are not attacking this aggressively. The only person they're worried about getting is Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins is a glorified tryout. He's coming off an injury. We still trying to see what he is. There's not a guarantee that Kirk Cousins is going to make it through, an entirety of a season compared to like a Sam Darnold, compared to like, a Geno Smith, compared to like Shit, even a Russell Wilson. To be honest, I don't like Russ, and when they announced that they were meeting with Russ, I was completely disgusted because you gonna give me Russell Wilson and Kenny Pickett in the same year, dog? Like after come on, y'all, like let's not do this to the fans. But anyways, I love Kenny Pickett. Uh, I wish you nothing but well with the Browns. Hopefully, you don't ever have to suit up and you could just be a good backup. But if you do start, and I wish you nothing but the best. I'm not saying you're not bad, but you did play for the Pittsburgh Steelers and so did Russell Wilson. So, it's just but nonetheless, we hate Pittsburgh over here, with a capital H. But I just think it's kind of obvious, and we got a lot of people, that's team Adua Cordo, a lot of people that's team Travis Hunter, a lot of people that's team Cam Ward. We should trade up for one, but I think that if the Cleveland Browns don't already have a deal in place to trade up for the number one pick, I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be a Cleveland Brown. I think all the signs point toward the Browns taking a quarterback at 2. It's not a guarantee that Cam Ward is going to be there. I think that with the likelihood of Cam Ward going 1, I think it's going to be much, much likely that Shedeur Sanders ends up being the number 2 quarterback taken in this draft with the second pick overall. And I think it's going to be a very controversial place. I think it's going to be a very controversial take. And it's a couple reasons why I would just reading and paying attention to stuff. I'm usually good with this stuff, so keep in mind I got a good track record. If you're a newer viewer, I did predict pretty much all our quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, whoever else came. I call it. Usually, I'm pretty able to read these pretty good. Just reading the team leads, you got a couple things here. You got Shedeur Sanders. Let's talk about Shedeur Sanders. Highest TD rate, led college and completion rate. This is not a bad quarterback. This is not a unpolished guy. He got all the disrespect, all the chips on his shoulder, all the motivation, and he's a perfect fit for an organization that needs change. He's a perfect fit. You get him, you get Deion Sanders. You bring in Shedeur Sanders, it's gonna win the city back over. Period. Point blank. This is a guy that's ready to play day one. You bring Shedeur Sanders in. You bring Kirk Cousins in. That's two good pocket passers. You run Kirk Cousins out there. You let Shedeur back him up. Hopefully, Shedeur doesn't have to play a snap. This video is sponsored by Detrimental Figures, my brand here. As y'all see, some of the quality of my recent work. You get a signature tag on it as well. We make and really emphasize quality over quantity. So, we try to take and make sure we use the best materials to come up with our shirts and the best designs. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram, Detrimental Figures. So y'all can also get the description down below and hit the link for a shirt. Everything I drop is limited edition. So unfortunately, this shirt is sold out. I don't have any more, but I have different things coming up similar to it. So keep in mind, and I'll keep you guys updated with some of my new stuff throughout these videos coming up. Hopefully he doesn't have to play a snap. That'll be the best case scenario for the Browns. Then you could run Kirk Cousins out there. You got Jerry Jeudy. The only thing that the Cleveland Browns is missing, and we'll talk about it in a later video, is another receiver. They make a big splash move. I think hopefully, ideally, just a little rough draft of what I will hope. I think hopefully we could bring back Chubb on like a 1.5 million veteran deal. Bring back Chubb. We can draft a running back, like a what's bro named Henderson, or I forgot the guy that played for Ohio State. I think I did say his name right, but if I'm wrong, y'all know who I'm talking about. But we could get the guy out of Ohio State or get one of these nice running backs, pair them with Nick Chubb, and let's make a move for a Chris Olave. Let's make a move, a splash move for Brandon Ayuk. We trade Greg Newsome in a 3rd round pick. We get Brandon Ayuk. We don't lose anything but a 3rd round pick that we probably gained from somebody getting promoted off our team. We take that 3rd with Greg Newsome, we flip it, we get Brandon Ayuk. Now we got Brandon Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku. Maybe we go and get another tight end in the draft. We got Nick Chubb. We got a number second round pick running back or a third round pick running back. This is a deep running back class with many guys that's gonna fall that should go higher in other drafts. We go and pick one of those running backs up. We pair that with Nick Chubb. I would even go get a running back in the seventh round. Parity pair with a seventh round running back, a second round running back. Get Nick Chubb out there. Pick some tackles up in between. Get healthier at the tackle position, get some more depth at tackle. We got some good guys out there in our offensive line. It's just a matter of fact of them staying healthy. They had a pretty rough year, but nobody suffered a major, besides Dewan Jones, nobody suffered a crazy injury. So I think it's able to get this offensive line back healthy. Also by getting some depth, some guys that's just able to be competent. We don't even need the best guys out there. Let's just get some guys that's able to be competent. Some guys that's able to hold for 3 seconds. Bringing in a guy like Shedeur Sanders is going to take a lot of stress off. Video ended up getting cropped. I was going explain it, but I'll just finish the video. It was already a good video, but pretty much what I was saying was that I think that with us bringing in a quarterback that can get the ball out faster, and also on to add that on top of the offensive line just getting healthier. Some of the biggest issues that they had last year was health more than anything. Not to mention Deshaun, he was creating a lot of pressure. He's one of the more difficult quarterbacks to QB, not QB, but play offensive tackle for. He puts a lot of pressures on his right and left tackles. So now you got Shedeur Sanders. Biggest concern with Shedeur is again the playing out of shotgun. He doesn't play a lot under center. So getting him to run those play actions and different things that's gonna make his job a lot easier for him and make his job a lot easier for his offensive tackles, offensive linemen, his guards. It's gonna be a lot better for them to develop and to be able to make mistakes without it being such a glaring, like a glaring hole. I feel like a lot of times you got to kind of block perfectly with Deshaun. So bringing in a guy like Shedeur, you get him on a rookie contract. You get a guy that's used to being hit, a guy that's used to being in a situation that the Cleveland Brown is going to present him. I think one thing with this draft that gets very underrated is the fact that the Browns got two quarterbacks that is wanting to come in and rebuild a franchise and has the right things and the right attitude towards it. It might be only two good quarterbacks in this draft, but hey, we got a top 2 pick. We should take one. So that's all I was gonna say towards the end of that video. Y'all make sure y'all can like and comment, subscribe. I'm gonna keep bringing some more content with you guys. I started off the video kind of talking a little loud into the mic, so bear with me, please. Bear with me. First one, trying out the kinks. So I'm gonna drop some more content for you guys, but just continue to have a blessed day. It's your boy Will. Check in with Down there 216 for the next episode, and I'm out. Peace.